The driver of the sports car, a bruiser in a black tank top and a thick gold chain, was already shouting as he stepped onto the asphalt. "Are you blind?" The other men swarmed out, closing in on Seth. "Hey, moron, you rear-ended my boy. How are you going to pay for that? Look again." "I didn't hit him," Seth said calmly, swinging his leg off the motorcycle. The guy in the gold chain kicked the bike, sending it clattering to the ground. "You think you're tough in that uniform? My damn proximity sensors went off. I'm telling you, you're not leaving until you pay up. I don't give a damn if you're a cop. You hit me, you pay." Seeing his bike on the pavement, Seth's expression hardened. He grabbed the man by the collar, his voice dropping. "What do you want? Hey? You're the one who messed up and now you want to fight?" The man snorted. "Your entire motorcycle isn't worth a new paint job on my car. Hurry up and call someone to bring me 300 grand. Why don't you just go rob a bank?" Seth frowned. "Go check your sensors again and see if I actually hit your car." The man leaned in, his face inches from Seth's, his voice a low, menacing growl. "You think you don't have to pay just because you're a cop? I'll give you 10 minutes. If the money's not here, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, and we'll call it even. You ain't got the cash. You can pay another way." Seth knew this was a setup. This street was deserted at this hour, and with the posted speed limits, slamming on the brakes like that was a clear violation. They were baiting him. "You just made an illegal stop," Seth stated flatly. "I need to see your IDs." Second he played the cop card, the mood soured. The 7 men encircling him tensed, their faces hardening as they tightened the circle. The guy with the chain glared, his expression vicious under the dim streetlight. "Let's get something straight. You're the one who rear-ended me. Don't give me any crap about the law. 2 minutes are up. You've got 8 left." Seth had no patience for this game. He moved a step past the man. "I'm going to check the dash cam in your car." The man immediately shifted, forming a solid wall that blocked his path. The standoff was absolute. A little way down the road, Joel Rodriguez, his brother and their friends had pulled their cars over. The brother, who was the leader of their crew, saw what was happening. "That guy in the spiked jacket is with the North Zone gang," he said. "What's so annoying about them is their whole routine. They love to intimidate and blackmail rich people, but the second a cop shows up, they're all by the book. They're a total nightmare." Joel didn't say a word, just rolled down his window to watch. Seth could tell these 7 guys weren't about to let him just walk away. He could only manage a helpless grin as he took in the men circling him, staring like a pack of wolves closing in on a lamb. "This is a setup, isn't it?" he asked. "Cut the crap. You've got 5 minutes, one of them growled. "Then don't bother," Seth shot back. "I'm not giving you 300 grand. The guy with the chain necklace narrowed his eyes. "You think this is a game? So you're choosing option 2 then, a beatdown? What other choice do I have?" Seth looked him dead in the eye, his voice calm. "I don't have the money, so that only leaves one option. And since you're going to try and beat me up anyway, I might as well fight back. I'm a cop. I'm not paid to be a coward." A grim look flashed across the man's face. He swung a heavy hand at Seth, but before it could connect, Seth's own hand shot up and clamped down on the man's wrist. "You know you're about to assault a police officer, right?" Seth said, his voice flat. The man with the chain looked unfazed. "Oh, my bad," he sneered. "Didn't see a cop. Just a guy who rear-ended my car, made me angry." "Good," Seth said with a faint, chilling smile. "I was worried you'd see the uniform and go easy on me. If not, then let's have some fun. I've got some anger to vent too." It was the truth. Seth desperately needed to blow off some steam. He had worked hard for 8 years to join the Wolfpack division, only for the damn genetic fluid they'd shot him up with to make him weaker. He'd forced a smile walking out of the base, not wanting his comrades to see how broken he was. He'd already cried himself dry when his father passed away, and God only knew how badly he wanted to unleash all that rage right now. A full-blown fight couldn't have come at a better time. Getting drunk the other night hadn't even touched the pain. Not by a long shot. That was probably why he'd seemed so detached, giving those 2 beautiful women, Ava Fletcher and Clara Pierce, the wrong idea that he was gay. The truth was, The Wolfpack division was his dream. And with that dream shattered, he honestly didn't feel like he had much left to live for. Right now, all he wanted was to rip off his uniform and fight these guys with nothing to lose. The North Zone guys were stunned for a split second before the man in the chain necklace cried out as Seth twisted his wrist violently. The color drained from his face as he screamed. A solid kick to the chest sent him flying, and he landed face first on the pavement. Then the other 6 were on him, a flurry of punches and kicks. Seth met them head-on, throwing his own fists and feet, completely reckless. Every one of his punches that landed, arm or leg, felt like being hit with a steel pipe. Seth grabbed one guy by the collar, flipped him over his shoulder, then launched a flying punch that connected squarely with the face of the guy next to him. The man couldn't even scream as blood gushed from his nose and mouth. He just collapsed, clutching his face, out for the count. Another one aimed a roundhouse kick at the back of Seth's head, but Seth snatched his leg mid-air, locked it under his arm, grabbed the guy's shirt, and spun, throwing him like a shot put. The sheer arm strength it took to toss a grown man through the air like that left Rodriguez and his friends, watching from the car, completely stunned. "Holy moly, he's strong," Joel Rodriguez, the blonde one, said in awe. Seth's fighting was brutal, utterly dominant. Rodriguez and the other rich kids had seen Seth handle Shane Vaughn's crew the other night, but that was different. Those guys were just spoiled brats who couldn't fight. Tonight he was up against actual monsters from the North Zone. The guy in the chain necklace was clearly a career thug. Seeing Seth's ruthless side tonight made Joel and the others realize he must have been going easy on them outside the club. On the ground, the man with the chain coughed, spitting blood. He saw the fight was lost, and a nasty idea took root. He pulled a switchblade from his pocket and lunged at Seth's back. Seth was busy with the last 2 thugs and didn't see the attack coming. But he heard a roar from behind, and a primal sense of danger washed over him. In his prime, he would have reacted instantly, spinning into a kick that would have sent the man flying. But he'd forgotten, his body was weaker now. The realization that his body couldn't keep up with his instincts made his expression tighten. Just as the knife was about to plunge into his back, instinct took over. He moved like lightning, slamming his elbow back into the attacker's chest and stopping him cold. The man with the chain stared in terrified disbelief. Before he could react, Seth was on him, and a massive impact sent him flying like a broken kite. The force of the blow was like being hit by a freight train. The remaining thugs were already exhausted and posed no real threat. Seth took them down easily. Afterward, Seth stood panting, drenched in sweat. His doctor was right. His body was getting worse. He hadn't believed the diagnostic machine after his physical, but tonight's fight was a harsh dose of reality. His strength was seriously fading. The 7 North Zone thugs were scattered on the ground, groaning and clutching their bruised faces, good for blowing off steam at least, he thought. Looking at the mess, Seth let out a long, slow breath. He spotted the guy with the chain necklace lying on the ground, just staring up at the sky.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.